Tonight, on The Week the Women Went, as Hardisty's men try to secure the home front,
Got to get the shotgun out.
Keep bouncing, keep bouncing.
their secret project becomes a flashpoint for gossip and rumor.
We don't want to spill the beans.
The men have stuck together.
Dirty, nasty secrets.
What? No, what did you say?
And a ride down the Kananaskis River turns lives upside down. Take one prairie town. Take out all the women. And leave the men to manage without them.
No!
How will they cope? You'll find out on The Week the Women Went. Last week, the women of Hardisty, Alberta, left the men totally in charge. But their departure had an immediate impact on the town's children. For the teens, one less parent means a lot more freedom.
So what are you doing when your mom's gone for a week, Melanie?
What am I not doing?
There were tears.
You're guilty, I guess.
And some regrets.
Everybody else has somebody to say goodbye to, and I didn't.
And it makes it hard.
And a lot of bravado on the home front.
She was just getting her panties in a knot.
As the men settled into a week without women.
Well, stay up, go have some coke.
As the northern dusk slowly turns to night, the town of Hardisty is unusually quiet. The women are gone, and some can already feel their absence.
Dad's coming down tonight. Still haven't had a need for Mom, but I am starting to miss her. It's really quite different without her here.
Wes DeGraw has already worked a 12-hour shift in the oil patch. Now he's on the last leg of a 5-hour journey to be with his daughter, Dion.
Well, I was trying to get home early because John, my daughter's going to be at home alone, and it seems like everything that can go wrong goes wrong on a day like that.
Yeah, I'm starting to miss her, so I might be glad when this is over, but for now I'm still going good. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning then. Good night.
Okay, let's go.
13-year-old Dion DeGraw is rocketing through adolescence, but she still has one foot planted firmly in childhood. Dion still has a very close relationship with her mother, hospital worker Deb DeGraw.
Dion and I are just great. I mean, we have a very open relationship. She tells me everything. Of course, you want to be a friend with your child, but you also want to be their parent. So that's kind of a hard balance to find.
This week, Dion doesn't have her mom around to share her private thoughts.
Hey, look yourself on camera, loser.
And because friends like Dylan have a notoriously short attention span at this age,
I'm on TV, what?
a home video camera is substituting as Dion's primary confidant.
Keep bouncing, keep bouncing.
This week, Dion will learn to live without her mother.
This trampoline is really good.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Don't get out.
While the women are away, Hardisty's men are also engaged in a top-secret beautification project on Main Street. Thousands of volunteer man-hours will be required to get the job done. And if the women return to see a half-completed mess,
The yard she goes.
it'll be the kind of surprise the men will never live down.
Ready to work?
Brian King is one of the project's main contributors. He's also a sheep farmer and the father of 4 children. Brian and wife Christine met and started a family when they were very young, and then built a successful business together.
Brian King, definitely a family man, very hardworking, and just if you sign him to a project, he does it till it's done.
Brian is one of those guys who tells his wife everything. So keeping the community project a secret from Christine has been one of the hardest things he's ever done.
Worked out pretty good. I think that's the most men keeping secrets from their wives for anywhere around. People don't usually try and keep secrets from their wives. At least I don't think they do. Some do, but then they're pretty dirty, nasty secrets, so.
That's not the only thing Brian has to worry about.
Come on now, don't be shy, just file on through.
His wife and mother are on the trip. They're whitewater rafting today. And it's no secret how they feel about each other.
I'm kind of stuck here.
Do you ever think that you could go river rafting with your daughter-in-law?
No, but it is now my dream.
What's that?
To get rid of her. It's one thing getting it on dry. She's gonna push me overboard.
Push her overboard.
Why do you want to do that?
Well, because then I save her and then she owes me.
Right.
The Kananaskis is a big river, but will it be big enough for everyone?
You need some help, Ray? Yeah.
Mairead Morrison is here for a fresh start. She was married for more than 13 years to James Morrison, and they had 3 children together. Then Mairead had an affair, and her marriage ended. Since then, she has learned how damaging small-town gossip can be.
Mairead has had a rough couple years.
Friend Noreen Metz wishes that people would just ease up on Mairead, but Hardisty's rumor mill won't stop grinding.
I think being in such a small town, rumors are more likely to spread like wildfire.
News does travel fast.
Just 3 Caesars and 2 glasses of wine and she'll tell anybody anything.
Like, I got to tell you again, you got to keep this on the down low.
I don't know any gossip.
When guys keep a secret, it stays a secret, right?
That's right, yeah.
I think men are just as bad as women.
There's that small town business.
It's everywhere.
Knowing gossip in a small town is knowing nothing like gossip in a city.
I think here things get repeated that aren't your business. They get blown out of proportion.
If you don't want it to be on the front page of the paper, don't do it, because that's where it'll end up.
All the chatter took its toll on James Morrison as well. When his marriage to Mairead ended, there was fear that their 3 children would get caught in the crosstown crossfire, especially their eldest daughter, Eilish.
She's not having the best time dealing with her mom and dad being divorced.
Divorce can be tough on a 13-year-old, and the fallout has put a strain on Eilish's relationship with her dad.
What does your dad dislike the most that you do?
Talk back, I think. Not listen to him.
You do that very much?
Yeah.
She was my first child, so we were buddies and hanging out and having fun. Now that's a lot of static, you know.
Some of that tension is typical teenage drama, but James knows that the divorce is also partly to blame.
Silly to say I didn't feel guilty about what's happened, but it's happened and we got to move on.
Which is exactly what Mairead has been trying to do with the town.
I'm just banging my head. That's how I feel with some people. I just sit there and I feel like, how much can I defend myself? You can't.
You sometimes just want to leave.
All the time. I've had moments where I was gonna, James, have them, I'm gone. I can't be here. Like, I'm not doing anyone any good, you know. But I'm here because of my kids.
Mairead is really a good person. You know, she's got a really good heart, and she's funny. Like, she's so funny. I think she just has to find her way again. She's a little lost.
The women of Hardisty are about to take on yet another risky venture. As if leaving the men home alone weren't terrifying enough.
The other hand's about 3/4 of the way down the shaft so you can reach out in front of you, pulling the water back for a forward stroke.
Where's our husband's tornado? Where's the damn man?
Or starboard and behind you.
Leah Rogers is more nervous than anyone. Her goals, stay dry and alive.
I'm scared.
Todd Moody and Leah Rogers have lived together for a decade and have 3 children.
We had some trouble this morning with the sparkling wine, like for the toast and stuff.
Leah would love to tie the knot, but Todd has never gotten around to popping the question. Now, Todd is secretly planning to propose and marry Leah when the women return.
Suits, dresses, songs, what else?
As many women know, a wedding is a massive undertaking.
These are for guys, like guys wear these?
Even for those who might know a thing or two about them.
I have no idea what a boutonniere is.
It's a steep learning curve. And because he wants it to be a surprise, Todd is trying to plan the wedding while keeping it secret from almost everyone, including their 3 children, who, if they find out, are sure to leak it to their mother.
Okay, no splashing, no more squirting those frogs anywhere but in the tub.
So far, Todd is striking out on all counts.
Go bath your brother.
What about the surprise wedding? Waiting.
So we're putting the big ones in the back?
After weeks of secrecy, the men's community project is finally gaining momentum.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Several jobs are underway, none more important than the gazebo. Jim Yiskew is running the show here. It's a labor-intensive job, and Jim has several hundred years' worth of experience at his disposal.
You gotta break a spring.
The problem is, none of that experience is in construction.
I'm sending 2 fellas to pick it up. A lot of the seniors from town have been dropping in and out.
But mostly out. The project is off to a slow start, but Jim isn't panicking yet.
It's nice to see the young people doing the heavier work and the older people raking and doing the lighter work and all working together.
Still wet?
Way too wet.
The gazebo project is on a tight schedule.
All you gotta do is add the cement.
And that schedule is about to implode, thanks to a series of events that will begin here, at the Miller household on the outskirts of town. Dustin Miller is a pipeliner, born and raised in Hardisty. He and wife Heather have been married for 3 years, but Dustin has spent most of that time working away from home. Looking after boys Liam and Aiden has always been Heather's domain, but not this week.
I don't want you sitting on the ground in here.
There's been odd days that Heather's taken off and done a couple things. Nothing for a week duration, right? Nothing for this long.
We're gonna let him eat? Let's go.
So this is great for Dustin too, because he's like, wow, I get to hang out with my boys for a week. That'll be good. It'll be neat. I can't wait to see how it went.
Dustin is taking advantage of his time at home by building a shed with his father, Brad. But they won't make much progress on this project, considering Dustin's reputation for being accident-prone. Like Dustin, Wes DeGraw would normally be working long hours in the oil patch, but this week he's in Hardisty with daughter Dion while his ex-wife is away.
I remember coming down here. Okay.
A drive in the surrounding countryside gives them an opportunity for some father-daughter bonding, as captured by Dion's camera.
I think it's a good thing that she's out there.
As usual, their conversation soon turns to Mom.
As you said, she doesn't get very many vacations, and she just does everything. Like, she's just a major part of our lives.
She's a great mom.
She is. She really is.
Deb DeGraw was barely out of her teens when she and Wes had Dion together. The breakup of their marriage 6 years ago came as a surprise to Deb, and it seems she still hasn't fully adjusted to life as a working single mother.
I couldn't believe that I was being rejected by the man that I had fallen in love with.
The sudden divorce left Deb unsure of herself and wondering if there is life beyond work and single parenting.
Deb, she's her own worst enemy in a lot of cases because she looks after other people better than she does herself. I still love her to pieces, but I'm not in love with her anymore. And the reason I love her is because she's a good person.
To have somebody say to you, I don't love you anymore, I can't even describe it. It was pretty painful.
This is Deb DeGraw's big shot at rediscovery. She's a mother first and foremost, but as her daughter grows, so do her fears of a future without her.
I still have to live for Dion. I still have to be a part of her life, and I have to have a life. I can't dwell in this forever.
Today, Deb kickstarts her brand new beginning with the boat ride of a lifetime.
Whitewater rafting. I never thought that I would have the guts to go through with that.
Meanwhile, Wes is also wading into uncharted waters.
Some people mistake me for 15, 18, 14, somewhere in there.
But sometimes a mother can't be replaced.
16. I really don't like it because older guys keep looking at me and it's really starting to creep me out now.
When it comes to talking about boys,
I don't think Dad likes it too much.
their conversation hits the rocks.
I love the face he's giving me right now. He looks really annoyed.
I don't know, I'm not. I got these glasses on.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. Her personality and her looks are both way beyond her years, way beyond what they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowledge that I shouldn't
It's
have.
scary for your dad, how's that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it's scaring Mom too.
Yeah. We gotta get the shotgun out.
Yeah.
Chase him away.
Oh no, my life is ruined.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Wes isn't trigger happy. The same can't be said for Donovan Weatherly.
My dad got the scope.
Donovan is the 8-year-old son of Kelly Weatherly. And this week, Kelly's fiancé Tyler Sim is in charge of Donovan and his brother Hunter. Tyler's parenting skills will be sorely tested. So far, his focus has been on proper grooming.
You want to leave for a week? Kids' heads get screwed up.
Donovan is a fan of recreational firearms, and Tyler stores a coveted BB gun in the back of his closet. Donovan can look, but he can't shoot. That is, unless an adult is around.
I can't completely, aim them at people because Tyler will get mad at me.
So far, Donovan's only taken aim at tin cans.
This one's the BB gun.
But later today, he'll bag some prey that's a little more...
It's a BB gun.
...alive. Across town, looks like the kids have cottoned on to Todd Moody and his secret wedding plans.
I heard Daddy say that he was planning his brother's wedding.
Uh-huh.
We have to have it a secret so we don't tell anybody.
What?
What? How do you feel about this? I feel good.
Okay. Go back to your brother.
What about the surprise wedding? Waiting.
What surprise wedding?
Tatum already told me.
What does Tatum know?
Mm.
Tatum, come here. How do you know what the surprise wedding?
I heard.
From who?
You.
From just overhearing me talk? Okay, you guys keep that quiet because nobody's supposed to know about that. I'll explain to you guys what's going on later. Okay.
A few kilometers away, Brian King is busier than he has ever been. Besides working on the community project,
It's not a very good mark, is it, Austin?
Brian is taking care of 4 children.
You don't like those?
And running a sheep farm during lambing season. One set of hands isn't enough.
Come on, guys. I met Brian on a wagon train, horseback riding.
I seen her in the morning and then talked to her a little bit during the day, and then in the evening there was campfire.
I knew within 5 minutes that he was the one.
Talked some more and fell in love, and the rest is history.
When they met, Christine was well on her way to becoming a veterinarian. Then she received some life-changing news.
2 days after I got my acceptance letter, I found out I was pregnant. It was a very scary point in time. I was 17, and we discussed all the options, and I just couldn't see not having Desiree.
Like Deb DeGraw, Christine's fate was sealed at an early age, and the rest of life would have to wait.
We've talked about me going back to school, and maybe someday I will. But I personally believe that they need to have me at home right now. I think about what I'm going to do when the kids are gone all the time. In some ways it scares me, because I've spent the last 12 years taking care of people.
Christine isn't usually away from the farm during lambing season, and she's missing it.
It's really a fairly loving moment when the lamb is first born and the ewes there and they're cleaning it and they call to each other, and they're just so cute, and it really is kind of rewarding. And then, you know, you go out 2 weeks later and you can't even catch the little bugger because it's running so fast. It's amazing. It's one of those miracles of life thing, and I know that sounds corny, but it truly is.
It'll be another kind of miracle if the gazebo project ever gets off the ground. Work has all but ground to a halt.
Give that guy a call again? See if he can...
Everyone's waiting for carpenter Brad Miller, but fate has different plans for him. Building a backyard shed was supposed to be a breeze for Brad and his son Dustin, but their work hits a sudden and dangerous snag. There's been an accident with the nail gun. Without a word, Dustin jumps in his vehicle and heads straight to the hospital.
What? He what? What's happening? You tell me, please.
Hardisty, Alberta, and all of the women have left town. Dustin Miller was easing into his week without his wife by building a shed with his father, Brad. Everything was going well until he shot a nail through his arm and raced to the hospital. At the moment, his father is more amused than worried.
They'll just pull it out.
But that will soon change.
It's not like a gun. It's got to make contact. So that's what it did. He made contact.
A few minutes later, friend Curtis Browsen drops by the Miller home. But he doesn't think Dustin's accident is a big deal either.
He's sitting in X-ray right now.
No way. Like 4-inch, 6-inch?
3-inch.
Right through?
Yeah, I went straight through.
That'll be a cool scar. I'm gonna go visit Dustin to see if he's dead or alive, or go check that out. It's good for a laugh anyways.
Within half an hour, most of Hardisty will know of Dustin's misfire, including friends Joe Foster and Tyler Sim.
Dustin is in trouble.
What?
They're gonna have to take him to Edmonton, I think.
Can we go now?
Can you just wait a minute? Not a lot of urgency here either. But in Canmore, the news takes a more panicky turn when wife Heather receives word of what's happened.
Dustin hammered his arm, but he drove to the hospital, and he's going to Edmonton. So you can call him on this number, okay? So you can sit in the corner, do whatever you need to do. You can use my cell phone. Are you kidding me? Here you go.
It's not good. Heather is hearing that Dustin could lose an arm.
What?
But what Heather is hearing isn't quite what the caller is saying.
No, what did you
A bad
say?
connection plus sheer panic makes for a game of broken telephone.
What's happening?
The local doctor's not in town this weekend. He's got the weekend off, so they bring locums in to look after everybody. And I don't think he wants to pull the nail.
No, there's more. Tell me.
I think it'll be a trip to Camrose, because that's considered surgery, I guess.
Heather Miller is already having visions of taking care of a one-armed partner. But the only thing Dustin will lose is the pesky nail.
Oh my God, I thought you said he had to get his arm removed. Holy man, I was just losing it. Oh, jeez.
Apparently, Dustin will remain fully armed. As will 8-year-old sharpshooter Donovan Weatherly.
So he wanted me to go over and check on the boys. Oh, he did. He just shot me with a BB gun. That did hurt. You little bastard.
And in Hardisty, one good shot deserves another. As the only parent this week, it's Tyler's job to discipline the boys. But there's appropriate punishment.
I got 22. You start running.
And then there's Tyler's way.
Shoot you and see how it feels.
Well, how did it happen?
Now, Dustin's mother, Tony, and Heather are frantically working the phones to find out which hospital Dustin went to.
What's that?
So they're sending him to Edmonton to have it removed. And they just did an x-ray and they don't think it hit an artery, but it might have, so they have to take him to St. Albert and put him under and cut it open and get it out.
And the family emergency shifts to childcare.
So now he's stuck in Edmonton. So does Shauna, do you want to call Shauna and see if she can bring him home? Or should I call Brad?
Dustin's father, Brad, is reluctantly taking care of his grandchildren. But something has to give. The Gazebo Project calls, but Brad's cooped up with his grandkids. On the river, Deb DeGraw is taking everything one stroke at a time. She's a long way from the dusty streets of Hardisty.
That was so much fun. It was it was really, really good. I can't even explain it. I don't have words. That was wonderful. If I ever have the chance again, I am going whitewater rafting. This is wonderful.
The Kananaskis River has plenty of whitewater rapids to get the heart rate going. It also has more peaceful sections. But the quieter the river, the louder the women. Talk soon turns to the one thing that's been frustrating them all week. What's the men's big secret? The women know that some sort of community project is happening, but they don't know what it is, and it's driving them crazy.
And they won't even give you a hint, eh?
Not budging. All of the men are...
I tried everything. I even tried tears.
You tried to play the whole... You know what? This isn't about the show. It's about our marriage.
Oh my God.
I totally laid that card on the table.
Like, come on, honey.
Oh my
Tell
God.
us what you're doing. And they won't. They're sticking together.
There's a reason the men are keeping quiet. That's what they do here.
Nice and quiet at home. I can do what I want.
Like their male counterparts everywhere, the Hardisty men have discovered the secret of keeping secrets. They simply don't talk.
No, I told her she didn't need to phone, because I might say something and tell them what we're doing. We don't want to spill the beans.
What we've got here is a failure to communicate. But that's certainly not the case in Canmore.
Well, Brian can't keep a secret. Like, when he proposed, he was supposed to propose on Valentine's Day. He picked up the ring on the 12th, and he proposed on the 12th because he could not handle it.
I know for one project there was son.
I would sooner her not communicate at all. I work away from home all the time, and what we find is that if it's daily communication, there's nothing to say.
Once a day, all it involves is, did you water the flowers?
Exactly.
I gotta remember to do that too. And then I love you loses its impact. But if it's once a week, then there's news. I did this on the job and she did this at home, and now we have an eventful conversation, and then we can close it with I love you and it means something.
Work is at a standstill here, and will remain that way until carpenter Brad Miller can find a way out of his childcare responsibilities.
No kidding.
With son Dustin nursing a nail gun injury, Brad desperately needs someone to stay with his 2 grandchildren, nearly impossible to find in a town without women. Now, the gazebo project may never get up to speed.
Well, on the production side, I hoped that we would have had our stakes in the ground and the form sets. That didn't happen, and that's a major component in this puzzle, and we need to accomplish that as soon as possible so that we can carry on and be ready to pour our concrete at 2 tomorrow afternoon. We really need Brad here. He's a very key component in this project.
Mairead Morrison has spent 2 years putting her life back together after a divorce.
Going the wrong way again.
So has her ex-husband James Morrison.
It can be interpreted 2 ways, you know. Yeah. Once the marriage starts or once it ends. So, yeah.
Both James and Mairead have moved on, but some people in town haven't forgiven Mairead for what she did.
It's not the end of the world if it doesn't work out between 2 people, you know. You still have to look out for who's most important, which is children.
James has even found someone else, but Mairead says the town has held a grudge. This week, she's hoping to regain acceptance, but she's not doing herself any favors on this outing.
Princess. They think I'm the princess, but where's your I'm on holidays and I get kind of princessy whiny.
Feed her some grapes.
Paddle me to shore, ladies.
She does better with relax.
Yeah. You're so mean. You're always picking on me.
But the tide is turning. One by one, the women are starting to accept Mairead.
It was nice to see her talking to people that maybe she wouldn't normally, because she really felt, I think, isolated before.
You are not dunking me in the freaking lake. Why not? No, you do. No, you guys are, oh my God.
I decided I'd kind of lay in the bottom of the boat, and then they started calling me princess because I wouldn't row, and I half fell asleep, and then they threw me over.
I got half the lake on my nose.
Then I was wet and cold and cranky. But I deserved it. I'm like, yeah, I'd probably throw me in too.
You guys are so mean.
It looks like Mairead has hit a calm spot. But for two other Hardisty women, the trouble is about to begin.
She thought she was going to die there, she said.
And for Todd Moody, the secret wedding plan is about to spring a massive leak.
Like, I just need for a wedding on here next week sometime.
With her mother gone, 13-year-old Dion DeGraw is going through a major shakeup this week.
I love you too, honey. You be a good girl for Dad. Okay. You be a good girl when you're up in the arms.
I will. I love you very much. I love you too. It's been, I don't even know how many years since they got divorced anymore. I totally forget.
Dion is still dependent on her mother, and she knows it.
Now you're making me cry. She really does everything for me. She cooks for me, she cleans for me, she clothes me, she does like everything.
I'm gonna miss you.
Only for a week.
Okay.
Only for a week.
It's only for a week.
But Dion isn't the only one who likes things the way they are. Deb has grown used to having a child to care for and a man to count on, even though he's not always around.
I always say I've got two exes, and neither one of them live in Texas, so still helping Deb and Dion out quite a bit. I'm making out okay.
Ex-husband Wes is fiercely independent and enjoys his time alone. But he's also a caring father and provider. It's not a perfect dynamic, but it appears to work well for the DeGraw family.
Like when he's coming down, he'll phone me and go, what do you need from wherever? And he'll pick it up for me. You know, I guess nothing's changed except for the divorce papers. Other than that, nothing's really changed. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Dion is growing up quickly and beginning to realize how reliant their small family is on one another. So the thought of being apart this week is a little frightening.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's also partly because of the divorce, because I had to grow up and deal with that a lot faster than most kids. It's okay. It's all right. Good. Sometimes it's still hard. It hits home when you talk about it this in depth, but we're still all good. Yeah.
Brad Miller has spent the day reluctantly taking care of his grandchildren, thanks to a nail gun accident that sidelined his son Dustin. Finally, Brad has arrived back at the gazebo project after calling in a favor from an out-of-town relative.
My daughter came down from Red Deer just to take care of the kids for tonight and maybe tomorrow night, depends.
Brandy Epp is Dustin's sister. She lives about 2 hours away and is available for family emergencies.
He just said Dustin shot a nail through his forearm. And that's about all he could tell me. I said, he's all right? And he said, yeah, he's fine. He just got up and went. So that's my brother, though, so. You're gonna put him back?
No.
No?
It has taken a woman to save the day, but the men don't care. Now the project can go ahead.
Say your center line is off. As far as our project goes, tomorrow we've got the concrete pour, but we're going to be all over the place. There's going to be people going cutting rebar. There's going to be other people going somewhere to cut forms, and I don't know if this stuff is going to come together. I just hope it will. Okay, sounds good to me. How's that? Yeah.
On the river, the women are more excited than frightened by the rushing water. But that will soon change. The rapids are getting stronger and the rocks are making it difficult to navigate.
We are going down a really big one, apparently. Woo! Oh my God, look at this.
Without warning, one of the women's boats hits a rock and Deb DeGraw is thrown into the frigid water.
Forward! Back pedal, guys. Swim! Back on the left, forward on the right.
Sammy, you're okay.
Deb makes it to the riverbank, but the boat misses her as they pass.
We can't do it! Oh,
During the rescue attempt, Christine King also falls overboard.
Relax, guys. You all right, Christine?
Christine is all right, but Deb is still clinging to the rock. Finally, a guide scrambles to reach her by land.
Oh, yeah.
We hit that rock.
She went right under. She went under, like, we
She
went
went
right
under the boat?
Did you see her go down? Oh, my heart is racing for her.
After a few tense minutes, Deb returns to her friends on the boat. Other than a few bruises, Deb is physically all right,
Back to my boat.
but she's a little shaken up.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right.
That was the scariest goddamn moment of my life.
No kidding.
It was sort of fun, right?
No, it was not fun.
No.
It was not fun at all.
I know.
All I seen was Dion, and I thought I was never gonna see her again.
You're good. You're good. You're back.
No, that was really scary.
I know, and then
Christine went in after you, so you two are...
Did you see her?
You did good. I would have freaked.
You know what, though? I would do this again in a minute.
Good, that's what I like.
I would do it again.
I think you take life for granted. You know, you worry about petty crap. Who cares about the small stuff anymore, you know? You gotta live life to the fullest. And I hope I can, teach Dion that.
Take every opportunity that you can in life. Don't be one of those wallflowers that sits and does nothing, who has regrets.
As Homer would say, SMRT.
A nail gun accident sent Dustin Miller on a medical odyssey, but he finally returns home.
I am so smart.
Dustin Miller has been in 3 hospitals in 3 different towns over the past 24 hours.
You in the doghouse, Liam?
But today he has finally returned home.
He's silly. SMRT.
Dustin is notorious in Hardisty for being accident prone.
I am so smart.
But nailing himself to a shed is a first.
I was doing the floor joists and I had a twist in one, so I lost my balance and slipped. Caught my arm. And I just kind of looked and it was sticking out the other side, so I just barked over to Dad. I said, I gotta go to the hospital.
I heard you were trying to kill yourself.
Well,
Guy thought I was a bad carpenter. Well, you make me look good.
it takes a lot of skill to hit yourself with a nail gun and get it straight through.
Let it go.
We should wash your hands up there, little man.
News of Dustin's accident has spread, but in typical small-town fashion, the story has grown.
A little bit of a boo-boo.
Yeah, I heard the way Pat told it to me last night. It went right through your bone, shattered your bone.
Shattered my bone. Holy, that story got stretched out pretty good there in a couple days then, did it?
Yeah, I guess so.
You gotta rub it, man.
Dustin's ordeal has a silver lining.
Hey, you gotta go outside and eat it, though. Outside.
Because of his injured arm, he can't work.
Other way, dude.
So he'll be spending the rest of the week at home with his boys.
Outside? No! Are you going out onto the patio?
Hardisty's men have been kept in the dark about what their women have been up to in Canmore.
So how's it going out there?
But the rafting accident changes things.
Tried drowning again?
The cell phone rules have been relaxed, and the women are calling their loved ones. Deb DeGraw is still excited, and she hasn't felt this high in years.
Tomorrow, if the weather permits, I'm going on a helicopter ride with Penny and Tracy.
Oh, another death-defying feat.
You betcha.
Right on.
Hope the hell you don't fall out of the helicopter.
You know, everybody's been saying that to me. I'm not that bad. And you know what? It wasn't my fault that I fell out of the damn boat.
I know.
Tell her I love her when you hang up.
Oh, she says she loves you, Mom.
Can I talk to Dion again for just a second?
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, Mama.
I love you lots, honey.
I love you lots too, Mama.
Okay, and you have a good sleep tonight. Hugs and kisses, honey.
Hugs and kisses too, Mom.
It's good to know that Wes is there.
Christine King also fell out of the boat, but she has a different take on the experience.
It was kind of freaky today, so I'm a great person if you keep me busy, but once I get a chance to think about things, do I even have reception here? Well, what if something had happened, you know? I got 4 kids. It's not like they're not like teenagers or anything.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Okay.
What are you doing today?
Well, we went whitewater rafting today.
How was that?
Oh, it was okay.
Anybody fall out of the boat?
Oh, Deb fell out of the boat.
Did you push her out? Or?
No, I didn't push her out. No, I went out later on. I was trying to grab something to stop us, and I went face first into the water.
Scared yourself pretty good? You're not hurt or anything, are you?
No, I think I hurt my pride a little
Just
bit.
your pride.
But, yeah.
That's good. Love you.
I love you too. I was about ready to bawl, and then I heard his voice, and I was fine. He's very much my best friend, but not only that, he's my partner in every sense of the word.
You're doing okay without me?
Oh, you know I do.
You're missing your kids more.
Oh, I was missing you pretty good about an hour ago. I lean on him when I need to, and it was just a point in time.